I'm the best possible person to host a game show. But who the hell is going to look at my resume and say, it's her? I know the typical conversation happens between two or more individuals, but I'm sort of dreading the conversation that I have to have with myself. I'm on the verge of turning 30. I'm done with grad school, and I am extremely hopeless. I'm hopeless professionally. I kind of feel a little bit like the love thing won't work out. It's happening all simultaneously, you know? So at what point do we have that conversation and set ourselves on a path maybe to get out of something like this?
Wanting to do it is enough. You are 29 years old. It is very, very possible for you to start a new career, start a new job, try something different, and if it doesn't work, go back to what you were doing before. Obviously, there are financial considerations, but it sounds like that isn't one of your concerns.
You know, I feel like I've grown myself a pretty decent cushion by this age, and so it's not money. It's having lived in South Florida my whole life. I've grown so dependent on my network of friends and family down here that I would just go somewhere with, you know, all this hope and faith in myself and just disappoint myself immensely.
Kam, if the worst that happens is you disappoint yourself, like, you should actually get used to disappointing yourself. The standard for living a good life is not that every decision we make is a successful one. I moved to New York when I was 20, doesn't matter, who cares? And I could not hack it. I didn't like it, and I was lonely, and I had a lot of friends, and I had a good job and a good career, but it was not satisfying. And I moved back home to Minneapolis. Minneapolis was still there for me to move home to. Especially if you have financial security by age 29, who are you even? The time to do it is when you just want to do it.
What if, you know, things that are more out of my control, like, you know, finding love one day? To be very honest with you, I'm very afraid that I won't.
The longest relationship that you have is with yourself. Live a life that is designed to make you happy and that leaves space for someone else, because another person doesn't complete you. Kam, I want to say something from your original voicemail.
Sure.
You had said something about wanting to feel like you had like a passion for your work.
You know, I'm in recruiting. I oftentimes find myself placing people that, you know, have found their dream job. It can be a little tough, you know, to be working on it so hard for other people and not so much for myself.
You already have an idea of what that dream job would be?
I'm the best possible person to host a game show, but who the hell is going to look at my resume and say, it's her?
You know, all they have to do is meet you.
If I could get into something where I was giving advice, even a podcast.
I have really good news for you, which is that the thing that makes you excited is extremely accessible, and it doesn't require you picking up your life and burning it to the ground. Let's offline this conversation. I will help you start a podcast. The world that we live in, which is a very visual world, makes it seem like everybody is just pursuing their passion. And just pursuing their passion is what pays the bills. Not all of us can do that. Not all of us should do that. And sometimes when you try to make your passion into a career, it ends up making you just hate your passion. You can work at the job that pays you really well, start a project that you're really passionate about, and see where it takes you. You don't have to start everything over. Email me a brief synopsis of what you would like your podcast to be, and we'll work this out.
And again, you are my hero. Thank you.
Bye, Kam.